Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you Jerry's telephone from Virginia, and basically this is some of the last good Trimline equipment that was made. This is an AT&T 210, and basically Jerry has got a note here, and he is complaining of not being able to dial out. And so what we're going to do is, this is the initial checkout. Let's go ahead and ring the phone. And we have dial tone, and you can see how the keypad is reacting. So definitely there is a problem, and I can see the discoloration. This is not uncommon. I can see a little bit of a discoloration in the keypad itself here, and basically what that says to me is there was a spill into the keypad of this telephone. We'll try it a couple more times. We have transmit and we have dial tone, but the keypad is acting very funny. And I'm hearing a lot of static. So basically what we're going to do here is try to take this apart. Now, we've done other similar videos to the video like we're doing right now. Basically what happens is if they spill something into this keypad, the problem with that is this keypad has conductive material, and this shows that it's a 210. The keypad has a conductive, is on a piece of plastic, and it's a conductive material that's drawn on. Now, if the problem persists or the spill has been onto the conductive material too long, it will disintegrate it. And basically, you're not going to get a keypad to one of these anywhere. You'd have to find another telephone like this for spare parts. And generally, these are really good telephones. So you know, most of the time it's going to be a working phone, because most of these phones, unless they have a keypad problem, they had some various other problems, but you'd have to find spare parts from another phone, and it's just not a simple deal. Now, you can take some conductive material and draw over and repair the traces, but if you don't know what kind to use, you're going to have a problem, because some conductive materials, when painted on other conductive materials, are not made out of the same chemical compound. And basically what will happen is the new conductive material that you paint on these keypads will eat the old conductive material. And so what will happen is you'll just ruin it. And so you have to be very careful with these. If you've never done it before, it's probably not a good idea that you do, you know, try to take this apart and clean it, because they just are very hard to deal with. This gives you some kind of a look at what the inside looks like, and this has that loud, normal, and medium volume. And basically I want to go through that switch too. It's been my experience that that switch usually will have problems, so we like to clean them and resolder them. It's just kind of a preventive maintenance type situation, and while we're in the telephone, we might as well go ahead and do that. But we're going to try to get this telephone on this video here on the initial checkout down to the keypad and get a look at it. So we'll just be working on that. And there's a lot of different little parts that are going to fall out. You got springs. And these keypads themselves can be a little tricky to take apart. There's certain ways they come apart and go back together again. So it's, it's just one of those deals where you have to pay attention to everything. And they only go together a certain way. And they do unplug. So you can actually ruin this conductive material while you're plugging it back into its plug on the main PC board. So it can get a little tricky. We're going to go ahead and try to open this one up here real quick. I want to get a look at what's going on. And if this falls apart and you don't know how it goes back together again, that can be a problem. That can be an issue. So you just have to be very careful with it. We're kind of working our way into the plastic keypad now. And there has been a liquid that has been spilt on this, and it's basically going to have to be cleaned. Some of them are worse than others, but I can feel the stickiness to it and kind of get a feel for it. Sometimes it'll actually be shiny if you look at it just right into the light. You can tell that this has had some type of spill. Now, it's not too bad, and I see a lot of them have a worse spill than this, but this one's not too bad. But it's definitely enough that it has gotten on the conductive material and has started already working on it. Because where you see if the video is picking it up, the silver, I mean, you can see parts of this where it's more silver than other parts. And basically what happens is the darker is where it's been, where the liquid has actually deteriorated that conductive material and started working on it to cause the interference, the problem that we're having. So basically this gets you down to the keypad. Another issue is I've seen people put these together wrong. There's a certain way they fold together. It's an all folded together keypad, and if you put it together wrong and put it back in and then try it out and it doesn't work, it's going to mean a couple of things. Either you didn't put it back together right, or it was folded up improperly. So there's a certain way that folds too. So you just have to really pay attention. And if you've never done this before, you probably don't want to damage any of these conductive material pads and traces. If you do, it's over. You just have to get another keypad, and that might not be a simple thing to do. These parts aren't just laying around. Anyway, this gives you a look. We'll do another video of this. We'll probably have to clean this keypad, go through it, repair whatever traces that we have to, and kind of go from there. We'll try to get another video of this telephone after it's repaired, and we'll kind of go from there. But at this point, this needs to be repaired, and it's going to, it needs to be looked into. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Jerry's 210 AT&T from Virginia. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.